Howdy howdy everybody out there in YouTube land. We've got some weird stuff going on the channel today. Just cleaning up here. Just finished up the last video where we were talking about, as you can see, we're doing back-to-back stuff for ya. Back-to-back. We're pretty much going straight to editing. Not even editing. We're going straight to camera. Might as well be live. Why isn't it live? Cuz. Okay, so here's the deal, right? So what I've been working on this week is flourishes. That's it. That's all I've really been practicing this week is flourishes. So let's see what you think about my flourishes. So we go into, remember we've been practicing the Charlier cut, which, as I explained last time, the reason why my Charlier cut wasn't quite right before was because what I was doing was more of a classic pass type of move, which, as you can see, I've got pretty quick. I can even retain the top card pretty good too. So that's basically like a cover pass, something like that, where you might not even see what's going on. Obviously you're in my blind spot, so let's see here. Yeah, you might see a little bit of stuff there, but you might not even know what's going on. So flourishes, that's all we've been doing. And here's the thing with flourishes. Practice, practice, practice. There's also a couple of things that we were learning from, let's say, from Doug Kahn this week. Boom. Very good, right? Boom. 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 I don't know how good that looked. I'm still practicing it. But that's the fake. Yes, the fake. Just the fake cut and the fake shuffle. That's all we've been learning. That is so satisfying. I think I've seen it before and I may have been doing it a little bit before, but some of those things don't really click until, and this is something a lot of magicians say, the moves don't start clicking not when you first start practicing them, but later on when you remember that you know how to do them. All of a sudden your brain just makes that connection. I just couldn't get behind the idea of this move. It's so satisfying. It's so simple, so deceptive, because I'm not even paying attention to it, because I'm already doing a swivel cut anyway for most of my other moves. So when I do stuff like this, where I'm just like, just give it a nice little cut, boom, we're good. But we've been retaining the Queen of Diamonds the whole time. So fake shuffling, fake cuts, that's what we've been practicing. Flourishes, all sorts of things. We've still got our Twisted Rain, which, using this deck is so beat up, all the cards stick together. So the chances, it still happens from time to time, but the chances of dropping cards is less and less. As you can see, right there, less and less. No, I'm just kidding. But they all stuck together, right? That's the point. So the cards clump together. You know, cards of a pack stick together. Birds of a feather. I don't know. But we still got the Queen of Diamonds there. So that's what we've been practicing on that end, just doing a lot of flourishes. Like I said, I've been trying to perfect my Charlier cut, which is vitally different than this, because this is what I've been doing, which is interesting because the flourish that I just started learning actually requires this move. So, and it's a little bit hard for me to do, which is surprising since I can pretty much do this with the whole pack like this. But the Charlier cut, you hold it up top like this, drop part of the pack, put your finger in there, and push it just like that. And obviously, you know, when you finish the cut, you can just let it finish. But we moved on to the next phase of that, which is get your thumb right out of the way there. When you're doing the Charlier cut, you can use it to guide if you need to, but get a little bit of a break in between the two, so that part of your thumb is on here and part of the thumb is on there, and just drop some cards off and get your triangle. Boom, right? Pretty good. And then you just finish the Charlier, okay? Then you close it up. So that is the triangle from the Charlier, which is beautiful, right? So I don't even think, would you even have noticed the Four of Spades? Let's see. Just doing that type of cut where I go into the normal break, but as I go to cut, I almost twist it up a little bit. So people aren't expecting, like when you do the double undercut, they're not expecting that little cut in there because they're like, I've seen the double undercut, I know how it's done, I know what you just did, but what if you threw something else in there where instead of doing the double undercut, you do one undercut and then square up the cards and drop that on there. So that would be a little bit of an extra element, a little bit of movement. Who knows? I know that the double undercut works just because people fool me with it all the time. But yeah, so here's the next one, and this is the one. This is the one that is really, it's out of this book, Mark Wilson's Complete Course in Magic. So typically, like, I've been doing my live practices, but right now all we're doing is just updating you on what we've been working on. And since we're not doing any magic tricks today, we're really just talking about flourishes. We're talking about getting the knack down, just practicing until your hands hurt and just getting the move down. Because here's the deal. Here's the next one. Everything builds on something else. If you're doing these smaller moves like this, just like we talked with the Twisted Rain, this is a move from the Twisted Rain, but it's still just a swivel cut. Okay? So get used to doing all these moves. And that's why in Twisted Rain, it recommends when you cut like this to slide your finger all the way over for the pendulum, because you could do this up like this and then grab this one, bring it down, bring it back down, get your pinky, and you're still in the right position to spin that around, and then do this revolution. Still working on the catch though, so I don't play sports. But all of the once you start the move, you got to keep going. And I messed up right on the last part. But that's what happened. You dropped cards. But now back to this one. Sorry. Getting sidetracked, but we're showing you the progression, how Twisted Rain is actually a bunch of smaller moves put together, because you could literally just do this if you wanted to. You could literally just start here with Twisted Rain and get this part down and do something like that. You can start at different points because it's multiple sequences put together. So for this particular move, here's the tricky part. You probably, so like you drop part of the pack down like this, and just like we were talking earlier with grabbing the pack to get it out of the way, typically what I would do with that is I'd put it underneath the pack. But in this case, I'm creating more movement and more flow, and I'm trying to now I'm trying to bring this pack back in without doing that, letting it drop, and then closing it. So now the interesting thing about this is keep an eye on that pack, because this never moves. Again, these are all important things to remember, that like if you're doing this particular move, this is the top packet, right? The queen. We're going to flip it over just so you can see where it goes. So when you do this move, if you were to do the regular Charlier, that would go, obviously this packet would go on top and that would go towards the middle. If we're doing it like this, then keep in mind that that queen is still going to go in the middle. Okay? But keep in mind with this particular flourish, if you can get it down, this is the knack for it, right? So this brings some cards. Tell you, it hurts. Right in here, it hurts because I'm practicing that muscle right there. Drop that down, get that in there, and then close it up, and look at that. Right, stays right on top, but it looks like you're doing all this fancy stuff, just like when you do something like this, and you still got your 3 of spades there. I love it. So that's what we're looking on today. It's not so much, it's flourishes, but also making sure that when you do your flourishes, that you've got this this rhythm and this system to it, so that you can continue on with your move. Now, I do want to show you one magic trick. Okay? Just because I just need to practice it a little bit, but I just want to show you this magic trick. So we're going to get out a couple of cards. You know how like we've done our prediction trick where you kind of, do I want, no, I don't want that one. Let's see here. We just need a couple of cards. No, I don't like that one. No. Don't like it at all. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got some. Okay. So here's how the trick's gonna work. Now the nice thing about this trick is that you can do it all in the. It's one of those tricks that you basically. It's kind of like a self-working trick, but your spectator can do it all in their hands, right? So basically, what you start out by doing is you tell them. They can deal out the cards, so they just start dealing out the cards, and then they can stop whenever they want. They can stop whenever they want. Looks good? You like the queen? No, I want the ace. Okay, good. Then you just tell them to flip that packet over. Now you've got this packet here, so go ahead and give that packet a cut. Now you get to pick, because you've already decided what this packet's going to be. So leave that one alone. You get to pick between these two. Which one do they want? Let's say they want this one. You're like, okay, good. Then we're going to leave that one alone, and we're going to go ahead and have them cut this one. Okay, very good. Now you're going to say, look at this. Look how beautiful this setup is, because you stopped with this packet. You decided the fate of this packet. You decided the fate of these packets, everything. You decided everything. So when we have something of this nature happening, and you could produce all the lucky sevens, just like that, you, sir, or ma'am, madam, person, individual, you have created this magical moment. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? That you could be this lucky to produce all the sevens. But now what if we were to flip over? No, I'm just... I got nothing else for you. That would be interesting, though, if something else did happen, but it didn't. But that's the trick. So I hope you enjoyed. If you saw what I did there, great. If you saw where I learned it from, awesome. Because we always tell you where we learn tricks from. That was an upload from Pig Cake recently. A very beautiful and subtle move. I like it from the aspect, and I added something a little bit different there at the end. So if you want to learn how to do it, go and check out his channel. But here, we're going to go back into it real quick because I want a little bit of a subtlety for you that really kind of speaks a little bit. So basically what you're doing is I do the first ones. You get that going real nice, right? Okay, but then for the second one, I twist my arms over to provide a little bit more of an illusion. So go ahead and watch this video. If you saw how I did it, great, but it can be very convincing. But I added that little twist in there to give it a little bit more of a some misdirection. So hope you enjoyed. Check out Pig Cake, and yeah, keep practicing. And if this hand gets tired, then go ahead and switch right over to the other hand. As you can see, I'm still working on it, still practicing with the other hand. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can do a Charlier. It's got nothing. That's so weird too, because this is my right hand, so I can do it, but just nowhere near as good. It's interesting that I'm right-handed, but my left hand does all of the fine work with the cards. I mean, really. It's like when you're trying to write with your off hand. That's the same thing that's happening here when I use my right hand. So my right hand's like, I don't know what to do with my fingers. I don't even have the dexterity or the muscle to spin that around. But I can drop them. Very good. Well, that's where we're going to end the video today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Keep practicing, and if you're not dropping cards, then you're not working hard enough, apparently. We learned that from Daniel Madison. If you're not dropping cards, then you're not practicing correctly. Oh, also go check out Rise Magic. They do giveaways 2 days a week. Monday they do deck giveaways, and then on Thursdays they do game night. So if you like watching people play games, go check them out because they're awesome, and they do deck giveaways. So why not join? But they do a video. They do other videos throughout the week, or weekly uploads. Either way, they just did Jupiter is a nice cardistry move. I will attempt to show you the part that I know right now with this smaller pack that I have. So basically you're going to come in like this. This is what I know so far. This, yeah. There's so much going on with this move that can't quite finish that revolution cut there. But yeah, that's as far as I've made it so far. Starts out like this, twist it over, or no, is that right? No, you could grab it here like this, then twist it over to here, then open it up. Oh, that might be where I've messed it up so far. Because you do this, go into the revolution, open this up like this. Or no, that's not right. Maybe it is right. I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep practicing, but I will show you as soon as I learn it. But if you excuse me, I gotta pick up some cards that I dropped. But always remember, stay positive, stay active, and stay awesome. And we'll see you in the next one.